When buying or selling a property, choosing the wrong realtor can be disastrous, but choosing the right realtor for you can be a wonderful experience.
And the truth is, most people don't know what to actually look for when hiring a realtor. I'm Tracy Gray. This is Devin Gray with EXP and Mogul Realty Group.
And today we're going to talk about the top 5 things that you should be looking for, the key elements that you should be looking for when choosing a realtor.
We'll also give you an inside look at some of the major projects that are shaping Edmonton's future and discover what's happening around the city right now, because this is Real Estate in Edmonton, where we talk real estate and real life.
All right, let's talk realtors. Now, not all realtors operate the same way. In the Edmonton area, the greater Edmonton area, there's actually 5,000 realtors. So you're not going to get the same ones. There are going to be all sorts of different attributes, and some are good, some are bad, some are experienced, some are new. And ultimately, what you want to look for is what looks and works best for you. And I do have 5 key traits that I think everybody should look for in a realtor that's going to make your experience wonderful. And the first one is trust. Now, why does trust matter? Well, again, this is going to be probably the largest financial decision that you'll make, whether you're selling a property or buying a property. And so you want to have somebody that you can absolutely trust with the reasons why you're selling or why you're buying, any challenges that you're running into. This really needs to be a confidant, and you need to have somebody that you can trust. Now, obviously, we've got fiduciary duties that come down to confidentiality, but it has to go more than that. It has to be somebody that you really feel that you can open up to. It's also somebody that you know is going to avoid costly mistakes. These people are going to be negotiating on your behalf. You want them to provide honest feedback. You want them to provide all the options and help you decide which direction you want to go. If you're buying, you want somebody that's going to help you protect your long-term interest, not just in the transaction, but for down the road as well. Now, number 2, hand in hand with trust goes honesty. You really want somebody that's going to give you the straight goods, whether you really want to hear that or not. And then from a pricing standpoint or a selling standpoint, you want them to be accurate in their pricing. You want them to give you honest feedback in regards to a negotiation and which direction you should ultimately go. You want them to present realistic expectations, be very transparent so that you have confidence in moving forward. And ultimately, just again, total honesty and truth to help you make better decisions. Now, number 3 is knowledge. You want a knowledgeable realtor. You want somebody that really has an idea of the market, of the local market, the buying and the selling, the trends, what's hot, what's not, where things are going. You want them to know that they can, you want to be able to trust that you can have them price your house strategically, or if you're on the buying side, that they know exactly what sort of offer you can make and what sort of pricing that you can end up with. You want them to understand timing and momentum and help to identify opportunities and risks. Number 4 is communication. This is actually one of my favorite. Mm-hmm. I like to talk about the non-result or the non-result communication. You know, if you're waiting for something to come along or like some sort of a decision, hours are going by and you're kind of wondering what's happening. It's nice to know that when you get an update from a realtor saying, hey, I haven't heard anything from the other side, just kind of want to reset you in regards to knowing that nothing's occurred. So that type of communication, if, when it comes to major decisions, you want to know all of the options. I find a lot of times that's where people struggle to make a decision. They're wondering, is there 2 options, 3 options, 5 options? So that realtor should be able to tell you and map out all the different options, possibly even give you some pros and cons for both so that you can make the most informed decision moving forward. And finally, it's proven systems and strategies. Mm-hmm. Now, you want to make sure that your realtor has done this often. That's why usually experience, but also successful experience is ultimately key. You want a consistent marketing approach. You want strategic pricing approach, something that really makes sense. You want to know that they're very strong with negotiation and even map out their negotiation process. You want to know that they're going to deliver better outcomes for clients and ultimately provide a lot of certainty and make it
less stressful.
That's right.
That's a big one for me.
That's right. Yeah, stress-free and even maybe a little bit of fun. Now, the right realtor doesn't just necessarily help you buy and sell. you don't need a realtor to buy or sell your property. No different that you don't need a broker or anything like that to sell your car or anything like that. Like you can sell things privately. And there are some people out there, usually investors, that know how to buy or sell properties. They've done it many times. But the vast majority of people have never bought or sold properties on a regular basis. They might do it once every 5 years, 7 years. And so they're not experts. And so that's where a service professional like a real estate agent can really help you, because we do it all the time. So we can basically come in and take you through the process and make sure that you feel very comfortable and always feel like you know the next few steps. And so just wrapping up, these 5 key traits: you want trust, you want honesty, you want knowledge, you want a great communicator, and you want somebody that's got successful strategies and systems. You find that person and you'll have success every time.
I love it.
Yeah, right on. There you go.
That's awesome. All right. Well, what we're going to take a look at too is Edmonton always has some things going on behind the numbers as to why it makes it an exciting city for people to want to move to and live in. There's major projects that seem to always be going on in Edmonton. So I just wanted to point out a couple of them currently happening in the city. Valley Line LRT expansion has been going on for a very long time. We had the South Side expansion, and that is now complete.
Yeah, that's like 3 years that's been open now, maybe 2, something like that.
I still haven't been on it. You have a few times. I still haven't been on the South Side one, but I'll have to make that a field trip for me.
There you go. That's right.
To get on the South Side one for the LRT. And then it's still continuing to expand around the city. East and west connectivity they're working on right now. So that will improve transit access across the city, increase accessibility to key communities. So for anybody looking at investing in or moving to neighborhoods around Edmonton, in and around Edmonton, then that's going to help all of that. Supporting long-term growth and then increasing nearby property desirability as well.
Yeah, and giving a quick shout out to where we learned our investing, the Real Estate Investment Network. They talk about one of the economic fundamentals, and that's improvement to transportation.
Yeah.
And there's no better example of improvement to transportation. Well, I suppose except for a new freeway or something like that, but it's the LRT or public transit. And the city has really, really focused heavily on that. And affordability continues to be a key reason why people are moving to Alberta and moving to Edmonton. And because this city continues to grow, we need all sorts of new ways and efficient ways to get people to move around. And the LRT is a big part of that.
Yeah, so helpful that way. Also, Blatchford redevelopment. So
Blatchford.
Bless you. Zoom tight.
Where's Blatchford? What's Blatchford?
Blatchford.
Blasphemy. Blasphemy.
So Edmonton is one of those unique cities that actually had 2 airports for a very long time. And we've shut down the one downtown, and that's the Blatchford area. Gesundheit. And what the city wants to do is to redevelop that into a community, so that will help to continue on opening up the downtown core and making it a little bit funner, more exciting, more families living down there as well. It's transforming the former airport lands, one of the biggest redevelopment projects in Canada, not just in Edmonton or Alberta. Sustainable community design is what they're looking for, and that's one of the reasons why it's taking a little longer to build the project. Residential, commercial, and public space integration is another thing that they really want to incorporate into this, and long-term city building project as well. So this is something that will be ongoing for Edmonton for a while, and once again to help revitalize that downtown core.
Yeah, the numbers that I heard, 10,000 homes, 30,000 people. The city is very heavily involved, possibly more than they should be. I think if some private developers were more involved, maybe it would be moving along faster. There are several hundred homes there. Probably the most ambitious thing that's happened, speaking about the LRT, is that 2 new stops have opened up there, because basically it was bare land. So it was actually quite quick. It was nice to hear on time, or actually even early and under budget. But again, when you're not tearing out old roads and tearing down homes and stuff like that to make room for the LRT, you can actually do it pretty fast. But,
yeah, the city's had to annex quite a bit of property to be able to put the LRT in.
Yes, absolutely. Going in every direction, and that it's kind of interesting how I think, like, why don't they actually map out, like say, hey, maybe we'll build an LRT here in 30 years. So why don't we keep this corridor open? But anyways, but I also wanted to point out that immediately north of Blatchford is the Yellowhead Trail, and that in itself is another major project. That's a 25-year, $1 billion with a B dollar project as they work towards taking out all of the traffic lights. I believe there's 8 or 9 traffic lights on that thoroughfare. Back in the 70s when they built it, they never thought the city would be this big, and now it's very ambitious and a big intersection that is underway. And also because there's nothing there at the Blatchford Fields, they're able to basically reimagine that freeway quite extensively. And so you've got Blatchford Fields with this new housing project, and then also immediately north of that, you've got Yellowhead Trail. So we'll probably be in the ground before all of that stuff is done. Hopefully we're around 25 years from now, but we'll see.
Hopefully. We can only hope. But
I don't know if we'll be driving. But
in the meantime,
the good thing there's the LRT. We'll take the LRT.
We get growing pains while the city is working on all these projects, like 104th Avenue, right downtown. Very difficult to get around. Lots of barricades as they're putting in the installation for the LRT, and so that some days makes you wish you were in the ground, so you weren't stuck in traffic. A little road rage going on, trying to get around the area. So we are in growing pains. There's no denial for that. But both of those are big projects that will benefit the city greatly once they're done.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, I mean, there's a tremendous amount of jobs, and obviously they're doing this because they anticipate the city is expected to be 2 million people in about 30 years, and so they need to do these projects now to make sure that we're ready for this influx of population.
Sorry, I laughed again because you're talking about putting us in the ground. It's like, hey, wait a minute.
How did we end up?
I feel spry and young. What are you talking about?
Such a morbid show.
If we did this podcast at 6 a.m, maybe I'd have a different feel on it. All right. So that said, we're going to move along to segment 3 with what's happening.
Yeah.
What's happening?
What is happening?
So that is a couple of big projects that are happening in Edmonton. And then also it's trade show season. We kicked off trade shows. They go pretty much year round, but these are some really big ones that are happening right now.
It's like award season. It always happens around this time. The big ones, at least.
And it feels like it. Some of the trade shows even have red carpets that run through them. So
yes.
I just don't get awards when I go to it. I'll have to work on that one. So I was just at the RV Adventure Show and Sale at the Expo Center. Phenomenal event. Really gets people excited about camping for the year. That's lots of fun. Also, the Alberta Gift and Home Market Show is going to be coming up very quickly.
That's a February event. Yeah, that's coming up.
At the Expo Center. Edmonton Boat and Sportsman Show is a big one. Talk about camping again, but then also this.
It was well attended.
Yeah, you get all the fishermen and lots of activities for the entire family to do there. Edmonton Career Fair and Training Expo. This is great for Edmonton, helping to find jobs. So much stuff is done online nowadays. A lot of places you can't even drop off a physical resume. They will tell you, no, you have to go to our website, click on, and then there's actually algorithms with certain companies, and I've heard even government ones, where the algorithms will go through your resume first. And if you don't have all of the requirements that they list on the postings, it will kick out your resume before a human even sees it. And so it's very difficult, or can be a lot more difficult, to get your resume seen, and then also to be put in front of a person so they can get to see a little bit about who you are, what you're about. It's very different nowadays.
Makes me wonder whether or not going to that will help somebody to figure out a way to get around that.
Yeah, there you go.
It certainly sounds like anybody that is in the job market, that would be well worth attending. I believe that's March 12th.
Well, while we have kids that are in the job market, one thing that I've been finding out just from asking other people in the same boat is what you can do is you can chat GPT companies that have those algorithms. And it may not be able to find all of them, but it can suggest certain ones. And then also it's called the ALS. And what that is, or ATS, anyway, it's what the system is, the algorithm that goes through the resumes. You can say, tell me what I can do to my resume so that it'll pass the algorithm test. And so that can help you out with it too. But I do know the one main thing that they say is whatever things that they put in the job description, you have to try and make sure that you've got all of those plugged in, at least in your resume, but if not your resume, your cover letter, because that'll help keep it in the system. And then good luck finding those jobs. Then hit the Edmonton Career and Training Expo coming up in Edmonton.
You sound like a mom that's got a son looking for a job.
I am. I am.
Oh, and by the way, this is a realtor show, and the Home and Garden show is coming up at the end of March. So
I think I'm going to head out now to go to that one. That's a
that'll
favorite.
be good.
That's
Yes.
a favorite.
Yeah, that'd be a good one to check out.
Backyard stuff, landscaping, interior design. It's awesome.
We'll be well into spring by that time.
All right, and then say your favorite.
My favorite. Oh yeah, Beer Fest.
It's not a trade show.
Whoop, whoop.
You say it is. Is it a
Yeah.
trade show? You
Well, we
tell
should
us.
go and check it out, find out, and decide while we're
That's right.
enjoying Beer Fest as to whether or not it's a trade show.
How can we make a good decision on it unless we go try it out?
That's right.
So
Yeah.
next podcast.
Beer Fest coming up. As you
Film
said,
at
it
Beer Fest.
is trade show season.
That would not be hard to get guests for our podcast if
Probably
we told
not.
them we're recording at Beer Fest.
That's right.
But we would need very good microphones, waterproof or beer proof for splashing. And then it would also have to cut out the background noise too, because Beer Fest can get very loud. So I've heard.
I wonder how many photo bombs we'd get. Probably a few. Probably a few.
Beer bombs. No photo bombs. We want beer bombs. All right, on that note, that's a good time to wrap up this episode. So if you are thinking about buying or selling,
Yeah, just make sure that you think about those 5 key traits when shopping for a realtor to help you buy or sell your home. And those are
trust, knowledge, honesty, communication, strategy, systems, and maybe taking your realtor to the Beer Fest afterwards to celebrate
or the realtor will to celebrate.
real
That's
estate
right.
transaction.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Absolutely. But those are incredibly key points.
If I can make it my list of 6.
There you go.
quick
Yeah.
item. Yeah.
We'll write and beer.
And beer.
Those are the key points to for a successful real estate experience. Absolutely.
Great. This is Real Estate in Edmonton, where we talk real estate and real life. Thank you for joining us. And we really hope you'll join us next week.